Look, can a man stir his own macaroni? Damn, that crap's good.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Not Too Salty Gaming Podcast. I'm the best around, Mr. Tigglez, and coming at us somewhere through those glorious interwebs, my man, my friend, and my co-host, Karlon Mr. How you doing, man?
I'm doing fine, and you got my name wrong, you motherfucker. It's Geraldo Heffernan, and you know it! Fucker.
So what the hell you been up to?
That was so mean. Oh, God. Alright, the question, how have I been? Yes, I have been rather well, mostly because my computer started to work, finally, for the first time.
That's always a good thing. I love it when my computer just works.
Yes, it's so good when Microsoft decides to fucking update their shit 2 years later.
God, is that how long Windows 10 has been out?
I really don't know. It's felt like years at this point.
I don't think it's been that long. I think it came out since I've been in my most recent job. So I think it's more like, 8 months? But still, yeah, definitely.
It's felt like fucking 2 years.
So
I've only owned this computer for like 4 months. And it's felt like 2 years of this bullshit.
I know you were having some kind of a cutting out issue.
Oh my god, the intervals. Oh, the intervals. I don't know. I've asked so many people, and nobody has any idea what the fuck is up with my version of Windows 10. For some reason, it causes 15-minute intervals exactly. It'll have certain things running, but then other things will pause. Certain other things will freeze. I don't know. But for some reason, 2 days ago, it just was like, yeah, I'm going to work.
Yeah, I mean, that makes no sense. I mean, I even know we were on that Skype call that one day, and you were like, every 15 minutes we had to close the call and reopen it because you were having computer issues.
You had a preview of my pain. Exactly.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I haven't had any problems similar to that, but I also upgraded my computer, like, right as soon as I got it. It had Windows 8. I didn't want to deal with Windows 8, so I just took the free upgrade immediately before I even did anything on the PC. So I haven't had any problems, but...
Yeah, I've only had all the problems. Basically anything on any forum about Windows 10 I've had just going wrong all at once.
Well, I'm just going to go ahead and let you keep those problems because I don't want them.
Motherfucker, you take my problems. You take them.
I don't want them. Stay away, demon. Rape.
There's no adults around for you, boy. You're going to take this Windows 10.
That was creepy. You know what I just realized today?
What?
Totally unrelated. But I just realized, thanks to my girlfriend, that on Facebook, they can actually, you can actually look at your friends on Facebook and see how far away from you they are and where they're located. How fucking creepy is that?
That is pretty creepy. Fuck, I haven't been on Facebook enough lately to know that. What?
But me either. She was showing me her phone, and she had 5 friends on her list that were close by, and it was telling you exactly where they were located. I'm like, what the hell?
What?
Aren't they supposed to be anti-creeper on Facebook?
I knew geotagging was a thing, but what the fuck is that? Geo-tracking? What the hell?
God, that's just asking to be raped by somebody who's on your friend list.
Geo-stalking. Where's my best friend right now?
So I got an interesting story.
Yes.
For 5 minutes today, I was no longer a YouTuber.
What?
I deleted my account on accident, and I about shit a brick. Literally, I built a brick wall of shit around myself. It was so bad. I was so scared. I don't know if you've ever seen a really fat guy cry, but it's not pretty. And it was almost there today.
I'm a big fat man. I've seen myself cry, motherfucker, so I know what it looks like. But, just... How? How did you...
Well, I made a second account to do guide videos on, and I have a third account, one that's just been sitting there since before I did YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And so I decided I was going to delete that account to clear up just my UI, basically. So I went through it, and I was just cleaning out the account, and when I got to the delete section, I made sure to look through. It tells you, how many subscribers, or how many subscriptions are being removed, and also, how many playlists and videos. Mm-hmm. And it only said, 2 playlists and, 1 video, which is all that's on that account. So I was like, okay, I should be safe. I deleted it and everything disappeared. I just stared at my screen in silence for like, I don't even know, like a minute. And then I freaked out and I Googled food harder than I've ever Googled in my life. Like I was literally shoving my fingers through the keyboard, typing in like, how the hell do I get my account back?
Oh my god, I would have shit, pissed, and had a heart attack all at the same time. Everything would have been failing all at once.
Oh my god, I can't even, that's so much work that I would have lost. I don't know if I could have forced myself to start over.
You've been on YouTube for what, 3 months now?
3 months, yep. 3 months.
That's 3 months of work that would have been gone. Oh my god.
I'm almost to 150 subs. It's like, that's not a big number, but that's a lot of work to get that first 150 subs.
Yeah.
Oh god, I was so sad. Like, and then when it fixed, I was just, I don't even know. Like, it's really good. And I made a video about it. I actually decided to make a video about that instead of what I had planned to do originally. And it's like it revamped my need to be on YouTube. Like, I've been feeling kind of run down because I've had so much going on. And after this happened, I realized how sad I was that my YouTube channel got deleted, that it actually made me want to, like, attack it all over again. I'm like, oh, my motivation.
Dude, your mother's adrenaline kicked in. Your baby was in danger.
Exactly.
You had the strength of 10 men.
You gotta protect your baby. That's probably why my keyboard's all fucked up, because I was pounding it so hard with the strength of 10 men as I was Google fooing my ass off.
Oh my god. I've been there before with accidentally ending my Windows. Oh my god. I spent 4 hours Google fooing my way out of that one, and I finally found the most basic possible answer, running Windows again, but god damn, that scared the shit out of me. I thought I had fucked my computer permanently.
Oh man, I was so scared. Like, I literally got taller a minute after because I literally shit myself up into the air. Like, there was like 10 inches of shit underneath my butt cheeks after I found out that I deleted my YouTube account.
You literally shit about 3 bricks.
Boop, boop, boop. All of a sudden, I was almost level with my ceiling. I don't even know what happened. I just got scared really bad.
Oh my god, I don't even want to imagine. I've worked way too hard on my fucking channel.
Oh god, it's so much work. You were almost alone in this podcast.
Oh my god, no, I would drug your ass back. I'm not going down by myself, okay? I'm dragging you with me.
Get in here, do it anyways.
You get on Skype. I don't care if you're not a YouTuber anymore. Get the fuck off here.
I probably would have. I mean, I'm starting another channel anyways, but that's really... It's not going to be a series channel. I'm just putting guides on there because I decided I wanted to do some gaming guides and stuff. Strangely enough, the first video I did, how to recover a YouTube account. I know.
Beautiful.
I'm like, first video on channel. Whoops. So it's been an interesting day.
Oh my god. Oh god, it still hurts. It hurts so much, but it's so good. Oh my god. Whenever it happens to someone else, it's the funniest fucking thing in the world.
Oh my god. I sympathize for anybody. Like, I watched a video. I don't remember the chick's name. I watched a video, and like, I was watching her video, and I was like stressed to the max. Like, the whole time. I couldn't even focus. I'm just like, tell me how to fucking undo this. I'm imagining that pretty much everybody that watched my video is going to be the same way. They're just going to be so stressed out. They're just going to... They'll probably bow down and praise me after I fix their problem.
You will never be as focused as you are in the most intense, stressful moment. That makes you have the eyes of an eagle when that shit goes down.
I was seeing through my computer screen, through my wall, into the next building.
You were seeing into the extranet.
I was seeing in super X-ray vision, like X-ray vision +1.
Oh my god. You were like the fucking movie Lucy, where fucking Scarlett Johansson can literally see the internet in front of her at all times.
I haven't seen that movie. Scarlett Johansson's super hot.
I mean, it's not the greatest movie in the world. It kind of is a little lenient on some of the science, but I do like the concept they came up with. Plus, it's got Morgan Freeman, so come on, come on. You gotta see it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, sometimes you just gotta, not follow science completely because
yeah.
otherwise that gets in the way of making a good movie.
Well, it's like freaking Iron Man. If you follow science to a T, he'd fall out of the fucking sky every time. But, you follow enough of the science to make the story cool.
He could probably keep himself afloat on sarcasm alone.
His fucking ego will, like, fill with hot air. He'll just float. That would be so amazing. Iron ego.
God. Robert Downey Jr. I love that guy. He's like one of my favorite actors.
Me too. I fucking love him for a lot of reasons. One, he's a recovering alcoholic. He's really kind of fought to get back to this position in his career. And another is that he's just a pretty cool guy. He's very generous. I don't know if you know this. A lot of people didn't know this, but the Avengers film, it was actually at a point where they were starting to lose money for the production. So he actually gave the production several $1 million just to help it get finished.
Of
I his own money. That I'd never hear actors doing that shit. That's fucking crazy.
That's fucking crazy.
That's dedication. He's like, you know what? We got a lot of fans out there wanting this film, and I know it's going to take a lot more money, so here you go. Let's finish this fucker up. Let's do this.
I actually remember hearing the guy who plays Harry Potter. I guess one of the stunt doubles or something got paralyzed during a scene, and I guess that the Daniel Radcliffe, or whoever plays Harry Potter, I guess he felt super bad, and I guess he gives that guy money monthly, helps support him or something. As far as what I hear, I mean, he either gave him a big chunk of money or he helps him each month, supports him because the guy can't do his job anymore because he's paralyzed. So yeah, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, it's always nice to hear when a star does that kind of thing. I know sometimes it's done literally for PR reasons. Look, I'm a nice person after all. I'm human like you. That type of thing. But it's nice to see an actual actor or actress, somebody that's of high like social status like that, actually kind of step down and go, yeah, I'm human and I kind of want to help people legitimately, or I actually want to be part of the fucking art that I say I'm in. That kind of movies are fucking art, and if you don't give 100% to it, it's going to fail every time.
I'm the human. Love me. All right. Love me.
Hillary, quiet. Okay, we're talking. Oh my god, the other fucking day she actually said, I am human. I was just wow, she is a fucking robot. Why would you say that? Everyone already questions whether or not you're human to begin with. That's just terrible.
Oh god.
Oh, but yeah, I'll try not to get political.
Let's not get... Well, I mean, first off, hold on. Before we leave politics, I don't really care about politics.
Yeah.
But Donald Trump's hair.
Yeah, that's not a political situation. I gotta talk about that shit all day.
He's definitely not a robot, because a robot couldn't have hair that glorious.
No. Oh, yes. Especially when it fucking decides to flop with the right kind of wind.
Oh, God. I wish I had hair like that guy. I actually don't have any hair.
Oh, God damn it. God. He's had that type of hair since the fucking 70s, too. God damn. It's like it never changes. So it's like either he always has done his hair that way, or it's a fucking toupee like everyone knows it is.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
I'm sure it is. God damn.
All right, let's get away from politics.
Yes. This is about games. We'll talk about the game politics and piss off gamers that way.
When I look at actual politics, Donald Trump's hair is about all I care about.
Yeah, well, especially with this current election, that's about all I care about. That and the wall. We need the wall.
God.
Oh, it's only going to take 12 minutes. Screw Hispanics. But the Hispanics love me. They love me. I love them. But I hate them, but I love them too, That's beautiful. But yes, we'll move from politics. We don't want to get the political people angry at us. Let's get the gamers angry at us instead.
Well, let's talk about something salty then. What about that Summer Games, man? I know you've been eyeballing my Tracer skin.
Oh, you motherfucker. Okay, yeah. This shit, right? Oh my god. I fucking called this shit when this game first came out, too, because this type of shit pisses me off, okay? Do not, no one in the fucking comments even say, it's just aesthetics, Karlon. Fuck you! It doesn't matter! It's a $60 game asking for fucking microtransactions. Fuck you, that's always a bad thing. That's not good. That's anti-consumer. fuck you. But other than that, that off to the side, freaking Blizzard is just straight up lied to us. I mean,
dude, there's all sorts of controversy going on. Like their statement where all cosmetic items will be buyable with currency, and these ones aren't. And then like that message from like the director or whatever.
Oh my god, that fucking message! I can't even fucking remember the whole thing. But do you remember the full thing? Because I can only paraphrase it.
No, I mean generally it sounded like he was telling us basically deal with it and take it in the butt, and then he was also saying that basically the DLC is doing fantastic if you take out all the reasons people are complaining.
That's exactly what he said. He was like, the DLC overall is being well received as long as you take out the debates and controversy amongst the community. It's all great. And it's like, well, duh, you fucking idiot. That's how everything works. If you take out all the bad shit, there's only good. But right now, there's only bad shit because you fucked up.
I think he said it's well received if you take out the controversy over using currency for the new items, which is pretty much everything. That's what people are freaking mad about.
Oh my god. And what's even worse, I know the other night I was definitely complaining about this to you, but the loot boxes are having a problem too. Not all of them are giving summer games items in the summer game loot boxes. I've looked up this little thing. I'm not the only one. Apparently this is a glitch for several people. You're not even getting summer game shit sometimes in the summer game boxes.
Yeah, that really hasn't happened to me. I mean,
I was
a lot more salty about it. I was a lot more salty about it at the beginning, and then I got the Tracer skin. And then the salt kind of fell off a little bit. And then I rubbed the Tracer skin in your face that one time, and then the salt fell off even more.
Fuck you! Screw you. You won, okay? You don't have to be mad at them anymore. But all of the rest of us that don't have the cute-ass Tracer skin, we get to be pissed, okay? But
no, wait. There were 3 items that I wanted. I've only gotten 2, so I'm still a little salty. They haven't given me the Bastion boxing of it yet.
You're just the third salties. Well, excuse me then. But, the other thing that really pisses me off about this is that the fact that they actually have regular loot items in these summer boxes, when you switch between the boxes, you literally, for all those that don't know, I can't remember exactly which button, it's either L1 or R1, but one of the bumper keys switches it. So you can either have a regular loot box or summer games. You don't even have to participate in the summer games shit. But what's the point if you're going to fill up 3/4 of the loot box with regular shit?
Yeah, exactly.
Especially if it's going to glitch and give you just regular shit. What is the fucking point? Just make it all summer games. It's only for 20 fucking days. Make it all summer games. Make it easier to get all these new items.
Yeah, and I mean, it sucks. And the Summer Games has kind of been a train wreck. But I just hope... I mean, this isn't going to ruin Overwatch. But what I hope that it does do is that it teaches them before the Halloween events and the Christmas events come out so that they can make it not like this. Hopefully they'll take this wave of terrible feedback and fix this issue before they do another freaking event.
You know, you say that, but then the Diablo 3 marketplace happened. Way long ago, and that was a huge thing in its own right. But yeah, that was years ago. They didn't learn for that shit, and that was one of the things. Oh my god, that was right up there with Microsoft's DRM shit. You know, well, guys, this marketplace is it's interlaced into the game. We can't just turn it off. It's a huge part of the game, and then, the whole controversy of, well, this is basically illegal to a certain extent, and it's kind of wrecking the game, making it hard to play because it always has to be online. And then after all that bullshit went down, they went, okay, we'll pull it out. And they took it in one day. Whoop,
that marketplace wasn't that bad. I mean, yeah, sure, there was reasons that it were, that it shouldn't have been there. But the main thing that people were mad about was that they were like... Mm-hmm. affecting the item drops and stuff so that basically you'd be forced into using the marketplace. Like, you were getting item drops for every other class other than your own.
That's bullshit. Same thing with the summer game shit. They've purposely made it where unless you buy all these loot crates, you're never going to get even half of this shit.
Well, and I know I mentioned this to you the other day, but like when I open my boxes from just leveling and such, I get almost nothing. And then I bought a $9.99 pack, and the first box was that Tracer skin. It's just like, I feel like I get way better drops, and this is probably just because I'm opening more at once, but it still feels that way sometimes. Like when I buy them, the drops are just amazing. Like, and then I use my leveled up ones, and I get just like blues and regular items.
You know, sometimes I wonder if it's like a gambling house situation where, like the slots, let's face it, the slots at every gambling house are always set to a certain win limit. And, you know, the house decides when to let somebody win. Same thing here, I'm thinking, because in my case, almost every other box I open, I get a legendary. That's just my luck it's either my luck or they've just picked certain players, you know, to kind of fix it up where it looks like they are still handing out the legendaries easy, but then have the majority have a hard time getting it so that they'll buy loot boxes.
Well, maybe they'll be smart and they'll pick the YouTubers because we're the ones that put it online.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they'll realize that I put Overwatch videos up and they'll just give me all legendaries in every box. I'll be like, hey guys, look, I've opened 5 boxes in a row and I got 4 legendaries in every single one.
Yeah.
Thanks, Blizzard. You the bay.
Yeah, Blizzard, though, they've done this shit before. Don't get me wrong, everyone, okay? Blizzard makes amazing games, okay? They come up with concepts that are just amazing. Like, I mean, wow. Just created a whole new generation of games, you know. MMOs sprouted up everywhere just because of that one game. Blizzard hasn't, not Blizzard, oh my God, why is it, oh yeah, Diablo, God, why did that leave my head? Diablo.
I don't remember Diablo.
Yeah, exactly.
Diablo's huge.
Well, not only that, every other game that's a top-down is inspired by frickin' Diablo, the style
and we
alone.
already talked about Diablo once in this fucking podcast.
Exactly, but I mean, they're so good at making original concepts. And hell, Overwatch has created the hero shooter concept. I mean, that whole genre has now popped up because of this game. Games like Paragon have Overwatch to thank for all that kind of shit. Battleborn has that to thank for because Battleborn came out a little bit after Overwatch. Overwatch has been in development for 6 years, so yeah, we know you're basing yourself off Overwatch. But either way, they're so good, but god damn, when it comes to business practice, they are very bad when it comes to trying to sell some kind of financial transaction of any kind to their fans.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, they always miss the mark the first time out. Now, I'm like you. I'm hoping when it comes to the seasonal shit, they will fix this whole situation. Maybe include them in with like the in-game currency system where you can buy them, because this alone should be proof enough that what they're trying to do is not working and it's pissing a lot of people off.
Oh yeah, they got a lot of negative feedback, and that's kind of where I was getting at when I was saying I hope that it affects future events, so that maybe in the next event they'll allow you to use that currency and not do this again. Because eventually people are just going to get frustrated with it.
Exactly. Well, it might even make people start leaving the game. That 14 million player count will start dropping. Believe me, I've seen this happen many, many times. I mean, hell, once again, I'm bringing up Diablo on the same podcast. 3rd time, people. But that game lost a huge amount of its community when that marketplace started doing what it did, especially with the first few days of the game launch. Nobody could even play the game. Almost everyone kept getting the same DRM message because it couldn't pick up their internet. They couldn't even play the game they pre-purchased for like 4 days.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, a game like Diablo should never be online only.
No.
I mean, I played more Diablo 2 offline probably than I did online.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, there's the whole controversy of whether or not things should be online only to begin with because, well, let's face it, one day the servers are going to shut down. It's like Overwatch. You have to have an internet connection. But at some point, now Blizzard, I do trust them to have it up for, let's face it, decades. But at some point, the servers are going away. Unless we get new technology that can easily maintenance this shit and have it on forever, it's going to go away at some point. I mean, look at Star Wars Galaxy. It's gone. And it ain't ever coming back. And they dropped in, all those fans got pissed. They were like petitioning to get it back. Nope, never gonna happen. Same thing will happen here.
I know. And I bought it on I bought it on PC and PS4. I'll be $100 down the drain. God damn it, Blizzard, keep your servers up forever.
Either that or do like many of these online-only games do and make the game offline somehow for like co-op or AI or something on its last leg.
Exactly. Anyways.
Well, that rant over. What can we scream about next?
I think we officially emptied our salt shaker.
No, bitch. I've got a whole nother fucking tub of salt right over here. I've got a whole bag of rock salt, so we're good.
So another game that I know we both play.
Mm-hmm.
There's new Rocket League content.
Yeah, I figured this was where that was going. Oh, yes.
It's called Rumble Mode.
You are the residential Rocket Leaguer here, though. I am but a semi-pro in the shadow of your expertise. Would you please explain to the fair people about this new marvelous update?
Well, at this moment, all there's really out is a trailer for it. What I would compare it to is it looks like Mario Kart. Mm-hmm. Had sex and made babies with Rocket League. There's weapons in the game. You can like freeze the ball. You can get like an extendable punching mitt that you can like hit people with, or a boot that throws people across the map. There's like a grappling hook that pulls you to the ball or pulls the ball to you.
Oh my god.
It's going to be crazy. And thankfully it's a separate mode, because if it was part of like the competitive modes, or if they mixed it in with the regular matches, I'd hate it.
Yeah.
But
if this was flooded into the rest of the modes, it would just destroy the game, I think.
Yeah. But since it's an extra mode, kind of like the basketball and the hockey, I think it's going to be fun. I mean, I'll probably try it and play it quite a bit the first couple of days it comes out. And then, I mean, unless it's really good at that point, I'll probably just go back to regular Rocket League and not play it very much. But
yeah, I don't see it becoming an intense mainstream portion of the game, but it'll be good for the lols, basically. It'll be good for jumping in there and trolling some motherfuckers by using the grappling hook. Oh, what's that? I'm in your goal. The ball's flying away. Nope! Drag the ball into the goal, bitches! Or spike the ball and just drive it right in. Why not?
Oh god, that spike thing looked weird. I was watching a guy like airling through the air with a ball stuck to him. I'm like, oh, that's just ridiculous.
That is gonna piss. I can already see the fucking chat comments that are going to pop in for that one during gameplay. Just a ton of shits. Shit.
That might be a fun mode to stream, though. I've been thinking about streaming, and I was thinking about doing Rocket League and Overwatch. And if I did Rocket League, I might even stream that mode sometimes just for fun.
Oh, my God, that'd be good.
A funny mode.
Dude, I'll jump on with you. We'll do a co-stream. I can't stream myself, but I would be glad to fail alongside you, sir.
Hell yeah, I'll be like, oh, and this terrible player over here to my left, that's Karlon Douglas.
That's me.
That guy you see running into me 90 times in one round and knocking me out of the way, that's my friend Karlon.
I'm the guy that accidentally hit the ball to the goal. Yay! Oh my god.
You'll get there someday, man.
Yeah, I'll get there.
You're a Rocket League player in training.
A few years from now, I'll get there. As much as I get to practice in it, it'll be a few years.
I've actually convinced a couple of friends of mine at work to pick it up. They liked Lucio Ball a lot, and I'm like, dude, you guys need to play Rocket League. And so now they're all talking about getting Rocket League.
You know, the Lucio Ball mode in Overwatch for the Summer Games, it's a cool, like, little gimmicky mode, but it is not Rocket League. But it is decent for bringing people into Rocket League, giving them, weighing their lips for what is Rocket League.
Exactly. Maybe like a good introduction. Like, if you like this, then you're going to fall in deep love with Rocket League, and you're going to want to have sexy little Rocket League children with it.
Oh my god. Yeah, that game is fucking crazy. Just the speed of it. I never thought I'd get used to the speed of it, but it I know it's not like this game at all, but it does give me that kind of nostalgic feel towards Twisted Metal.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite franchises growing up. Still is. I still go back and play
Rumble mode's probably going to feel a whole lot more like Twisted Metal because you're going to have weapons.
Exactly. I mean, there's no fucking nuke on my back or no machine guns on my side or a fucking clown head I can explode people with. But I'm gonna have fun spiking the shit.
Boxing mitt.
Yeah, I get the punch. I get the punch, motherfuckers now, and you know how much I love ramming people.
Exactly. I know I'll probably get hit by that thing about 900 times.
Yep. By me at that too. Especially if we go into the in-between mode where there is no other team. I'm coming after that ass. Tigglez.
I'll be lining up a beautiful aerial shot, and then out of nowhere, my teammate will just punch me.
I'm coming in for Tigglez. Just, oh, sorry.
My bad. I got greedy.
I somehow missed the giant ball and hit you. I can't hit the broadside of a giant soccer ball.
Speaking of co-op, something totally unrelated, but something that I'm actually really excited for.
Yes.
A friend of mine at work, same friend that I'm talking about getting Rocket League, actually ordered the old Champions of Norath for PS2. So next week he's going to come over and we're going to set up my PS2 and have like some old school Champions of Norath EverQuest gameplay and some pizza. It's going to be fun. It's been a long time since I've done any couch co-op.
I never got to play that game, but oh my god, man.
Oh my god, you never did?
I never did. I know.
It was so good.
I know, I've heard, believe me, I know, but goddamn couch gaming, I miss that shit.
Did you at least play the Baldur's Gate games that were on the PS2?
I may have played the demo for a while.
Oh my god! What the heck?
Once again, it's one of those games that I know some stuff about it, like it's kind of like Silent Hill. I've only ever played Silent Hill 3, like a few levels into it, but I know everything about Silent Hill.
How did we become friends, man?
I know.
didn't think it was possible that I could be friends with somebody that didn't play EverQuest Champions of Norath on the PS2, man. Oh my god!
I still haven't seen Deadpool either, so there's that.
What? Oh my god! I have a Deadpool screensaver in front of me right now. I love that movie.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of the Not Too Salty podcast. Tigglez is leaving.
That was the day that the Not Too Salty podcast ended.
Oh my god.
In flames.
Oh Jesus.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, but I know what you mean, man. The fucking couch co-op is it's just some of my best memories. My best friend back in Texas, my freaking like almost brother to me, man. We just, oh my god. There's nothing better than getting on original Call of Duty and Call of Duty 2 and stabbing a bunch of motherfuckers online together and then pretending you can't speak English afterwards. It's so beautiful. Just while they scream at you like, you motherfucker, we're gonna fuck you up in the next round.
Yo quiero Taco Bell?
Okay?
Okay?
Just constantly, what? Basically, they're like, you understand me, you motherfucker? Go back to Mexico if you can't understand. Okay? Habla español?
I miss couch co-op.
Yeah, best shit. Star Wars Battlefront, one of my favorite things to couch co-op. My god, dude, I had the best, and I know it doesn't make sense for Star Wars, but I had the best heavy metal soundtrack mix. Yes, I was one of those people. I had my own mix. Shut the fuck up. But I had the best couch co-oping heavy metal mix, and we played that shit, and it was so epic. Running over the fucking dunes of Hoth to fucking take down the rebel bases in that fucking game, alongside Five Finger Death Punch. Holy shit, that was the best.
Wow. I watched a guy actually comparing the old Battlefront game, Battlefront 2, to the new Battlefront game, and it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, he was showing all the maps that there were and, like, all the people and the huge battles and then, like, how crappy the new one is.
Yeah. I knew this shit. Okay. I knew this before the game even came out. As soon as they started announcing the features and the modes and everything that would be in there, I started doing a little more research and found the complete list of features, modes, maps, characters, everything that would be in it. And people had done comparisons next to that game and next to the original 2 games. And my god, this is what I hate about game companies sometimes. Yeah, it's
about EA.
Yeah, this is what I hate especially about EA and people like Ubisoft and shit, but especially EA. The stripping. It's the worst kind of stripping. You literally strip away the majority of what made the game good. The fucking instant action, the story mode, conquest mode, all of that. Just take it away. Frickin' space battles, gone. Most of the maps, gone. The entire Clone series, I know, the prequel movie sucked and all that kind of shit. But they were still great for the Star Wars Battlefront games. I fucking love playing the droid army and the clone army. They both had their benefits. There were nothing better than being a fucking droidica, rolling around, throwing up a shield, nobody can hit you. You piss so many people off with that character.
But Karlon.
What? What?
That's a lot of work, making a good game. That's a lot of work. They'd have to actually work. What do you think that they would, what do you think that EA does? They don't work.
I am going to stab you in the fucking eye. Just blind you, motherfucker. You gotta love how they fucking tried to explain it off, too. They were like, well, we've been working on this for years, and... So, at a given point in that time when you were working on this and you were, like, reviewing what the originals did you ever actually Google the first fucking 2 games to see why they were good?
And here's the problem. Mm-hmm. If they had as many maps in the new game as were in Battlefront 2, mm-hmm. what would they charge people for DLC?
Oh, my God. Dude... It was already almost $130 or $40 to buy. Oh my God. That wasn't even with the pre-purchase.
I hate DLC so much.
The pre-purchase was like, I can't remember. This is another thing I hate about EA. And I like the Battlefield games, okay? Battlefield 3, but Battlefield 4, pretty good. Loved Bad Company 2. That was my fucking Call of Duty killer for me. I never went back after that. But, EA is just so bad when it comes to DLC, expansion packs, and especially pre-orders. It is insane how much money they want you to pay and how many terrible transaction packs they have. I mean, like for Star Wars Battlefront, I can't remember the exact amount they were asking for, but like a regular pre-purchase was like $20 extra, if I remember right. And then for the deluxe digital edition, you had to pay another like $40. So you're already past $100. All right, great. And then, like, for the epic Darth Vader Star Wars OMG Super Omega Edition, it was like $160 or $70. And I'm just thinking, that's like, motherfucker, I could go, like, save up a couple more weeks and get a PS4.
Oh, exactly.
What the fuck is wrong with them?
And those packs were stupid. Like, one of them pretty much only included a skin.
I know.
It was like a skin and like a couple of extra skins or some shit. Like there was nothing in it. I'm just like, what the hell? You're charging like $10.
If I remember right, the digital deluxe edition only had a skin that you could get in the game, several heads that you could get in the game, guns that you could get in the game. It was like, hey, want to be an advanced jackass when you first come out in the fucking game? Here's this pack to give you a fucking head start and make everyone pissed at you. It's just... Yeah.
EA is just fucking... I hate it. I hate EA. Yeah. I hate Ubisoft.
Yeah. Their business practices are some of the most horrendous I've ever seen. Oh my God. The salt! It's building! God damn.
There's so much salt. The problem is that I've used up a lot of my salt on Battlefront already. About the time that the beta came out, and I realized I couldn't pull my gun up, and it fucking made me mad.
I know. Well, it's like, when they recently released the DLC for Bespin, and they had frickin' just Cloud City and all that shit, and they're announcing like some dog fighting battles and all that kind of stuff, the new mode, and no one gave a shit. No one, I didn't see anyone freaking out about this shit because it's like, oh great, another thing we gotta spend $40 on. It's just what the fuck.
The video I watched was so funny because the guy's like, he's like, battles in space? Why the hell would I want to have battles in space? That's no fun. Yeah. Why the hell would I want to board enemy ships and blow up their cores? Why would I want to be able to fly into the enemy hangar and crash in the enemy hangar? That's no fun.
I think I've seen that one too. I vaguely remember him screaming about not crashing into the enemy hangar.
Oh my God. But it was a funny video. He just kept on being like, why would I want to have that many people on map? I don't want to have that. Why would I want to be able to get in the walkers?
Exactly. My God. It's like with the AT-ATs. They could have easily... You can't even tell me they couldn't, motherfuckers. Don't even try to tell me they couldn't do this. Assholes! Like, don't even try to tell me they couldn't pull off the Luke, grappling up to the fucking AT-AT and dropping a grenade inside. You're telling me you couldn't program that fucking simple animation. Fuck you. It's not that hard. Fucking PlayStation 2 pulled this shit off. What?
Oh, I know. It's ridiculous.
Oh my god! But I know. Battlefront 2, yeah, they had to trim some stuff away too. You know, they had to trim away the amount of maps, if I remember right, or something like that. They had to give up a couple of things, but the shit they added in its place was so worth it. You got space battles, for God's sakes. You got to go inside of giant capital ships. You got to fucking take on entire crews as you just dropped half of like your soldier count inside their ship, firefighting in the hallways, shutting off like ray shields and shit, fucking dogfighting around the ship with hundreds of auto turrets firing at you. It was crazy.
Oh,
and
for PS2, that game was just fucking amazing.
And the different characters you could play as, like the different unit types they added, the new shit they added feature-wise to Conquest mode, the different planets you could go to, the different vehicles they added, the fact that you had a hero-only fighting mode. I know they have it in the new one too, but this one, you could fucking go battle royale. It wasn't just 3 versus 3. It was like fucking 10 versus 10, if I remember right, something like that.
What about those immersive coins you have to pick up to be a hero?
Do you...
The coins, man.
Fucker, do you want me to stab you? You really want me to stab you, don't you? God damn. I will reach across the air and stab you, but I don't know. That game did what you're supposed to do when you have to strip things away. Because sometimes you have to do that in order to make room for other things. I understand that. But when you take something away, you got to add something just as good, if not better, in its place. But EA, they just stripped everything away and then didn't add shit. There's literally nothing in there that the first ones didn't have.
They made space for pretty graphics.
Fuck that shit. Just, all right. Yes, I agree. They make some of the best sounds in video games. Yeah, awesome. Fuck you. Graphics are not everything. I would gladly take PS2 graphics any day of the week as long as I got to get a game better than the second one.
Oh, I agree. I mean, I'll admit, Battlefront has beautiful graphics and beautiful sound, but there's just there's no substance. The game is barren.
Well, it has very few modes. I don't know, just watching the battles, it doesn't feel as big. I mean, in the PC version of Battlefront 2, I got the PC port of it not too long ago, and I could pump the soldier count up to nearly 100. It was fucking crazy, especially after I modded it. My God, but even without mods, just vanilla, you had a whole army rushing you. It felt like you were in a fucking battle. Here, it's just, I'm going up against 5 asshole YouTubers or something like that. Whoop-de-doo, yeah. And then, look, one just became a hero. Well, I have no backup because there's barely any fucking players here. God damn it.
Man, that's what we should play on a stream. We should get on one of those servers and play Battlefront.
Yeah.
Battlefront 2. Or not Battlefront. Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Oh my God. I don't even think they have the servers up for that anymore.
No, they don't have their servers, but there's like actual like player-made servers that you can play on. So you can still play multiplayer.
Oh my God. Didn't even know about that shit.
I actually have another YouTuber friend that's been trying to get me to get it and play on those servers with him.
That would be fucking awesome.
I think it'd be a blast. I'd pick it up on sale for sure.
Dude, it'd be better than fucking Battlefront, I'll tell you that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
There's definitely more to do. You can at least control the AT-AT whenever you fucking want. Fuck this bullshit. Oh, I gotta pick up the coin.
But apparently, from what I hear, there's still a community there, and there's still
of course.
a good amount of people. You can still get into full games.
Whenever I've always noticed a pattern. First of all, if a game's good, obviously the community will stick around. Yeah, it might get smaller, but it'll always be dedicated. I mean, look at frickin' Dawn of War 1. It still has a raging community behind it, even now, like 12 years later. But same thing with that. And now, you got the new game that comes out, and after it pisses everyone off, it makes them just want to go back to the last game just for spite. That's what's happened with Star Wars Battlefront 2, if you ask me, because the community seemed to grow even larger after this game's features and what it had ripped away was fully announced.
Yeah, I mean, plus if you catch it on a good Steam sale, you can get it for almost nothing.
Exactly. I got mine for like $2.
Speaking of old games,
yes,
there's a couple of remasters coming out.
Oh, yes, I heard about these. BioShock.
Dead Rising 2, which I didn't know until today, and the BioShock trilogy for sure.
Ho, 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 ho.
God, I mean, I was a big fan of both of those
Oh
games.
my god,
I played the shit out of both of them.
Dude, I cosplayed as Bioshock. That was the only cosplays I've ever done, but I was so in love with the fucking game. I cosplayed as a Big Day. It was fucking
oh my god,
awesome.
You better have pictures after this podcast.
I have 2 different pictures. You know what? If I can remember to fucking throw them in while I'm editing, I might throw them in just so you can see Mr. Peanut Head, Big Daddy. I did not know what I was doing, and my paper mache helmet crushed in the middle for no reason, and it looked like a giant peanut.
Those pictures better be in this podcast, or I'm going to be angry.
I will say this,
and I'm going to unsubscribe to our Not Too Salty Gaming podcast.
My second one came out a lot better. Sadly, I didn't get a chance to get any pictures of my own, but I do have a secondary sources picture of me, another person at the con. But that one actually came out a lot better. I made a full body suit for that one. I made what I considered a prototype Big Daddy from I'd say like the Columbia, like they tested it there first. It was more steampunky looking. But yeah, dude, for someone that doesn't know shit about cosplay, it came out. I had fucking hinges on it. I was dedicated to this fucking thing for months. But yeah, I love BioShock. My friend and I obsessed over this shit. We were those fans that are like on the internet just fucking theorizing constantly and just delving into Google, finding every detail we could. And any time it was like, it's being pushed up a couple more months. It's like, no! Our hearts would break every time.
I actually cosplayed it as a pregnant chick once.
Oh shit! Nice.
Yeah, it was at it was a Mr. Princess competition at the Relay for Life.
Oh, nice.
And so I worked at a Walgreens, and they convinced me to go do this.
Cool.
For cancer, of course. So I was like, okay, whatever, I'll bite.
Awesome cause.
After a while, they talked me into it. So basically, I was just supposed to dress up as a woman and then walk around the track and get money, like donations for the donation. So I did that, and they didn't tell me that there was going to be a talent competition. So I had to get on stage in the spotlight and dance in front of like 2,000 people dressed as a freaking pregnant woman. Oh my god! I got
okay,
motherfucker. I gyrated around a little bit.
I don't care. But like, I know you're gonna lie, even if yes. But if you have pictures, you guys send that shit. That's gotta go in this fucking podcast.
I have a couple of pictures. I don't have them of me dancing, but I have them of me standing on stage.
Oh my god! I have to throw one up. If you will allow this, I have to show the people. I need to see.
I'll send you one. I've figured out.
Oh
I think I'm not sure it's on my current phone or on my old phone. Actually, I think I'm on Facebook.
This sounds amazing.
I'll look on my Facebook. I think I have them on Facebook still.
Oh my god! Oh man.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I can see that.
The person that talked me into doing it owed me.
Yeah,
because she was like nodding. She's like nodding, I'm sorry, when they announced the talent competition because she didn't realize that was gonna be a thing. And I'm like doing the like eyes thing. I'm like, you owe me. As I'm going up on stage to shake my fat ass in front of like 2,000 people. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh my god,
it's a good thing I'm not camera shy.
That was me. Oh my god, you mentioned that fucking eye thing, but that was me after I helped my best friend move. And she failed to tell me that I would be the only one there.
Wow. Yeah, I'm not going to be there, by the way.
I am strong. I'm naturally strong. Well, first of all, I'm a big guy. I'm always going to be strong. But I've been always naturally pretty strong. So it wasn't too bad. But after about, let's say, 27 hours in the dead of summer with 105 index outside, and I'm fat as fuck, and I can't sweat properly because of a fucking family condition. So yeah, I was dying, literally. I was literally going pale many times, and at one point I literally was sliding down a wall with a death look on my face, according to my friend. And apparently, I don't remember this, but she explained to me that I looked at her and just gave her the eyes like, you fucking owe me for all of this, you bitch.
Wow.
She fed me so much pizza over the next week. I was happy. I forgave her.
Yeah, well, I mean, pizza makes everything.
Yeah,
okay.
exactly. Especially when it's week's worth and a bunch of gaming, BioShock, and Portal, if I remember right.
I know we didn't even talk about those remasters.
Oh my
We got
God.
sidetracked. God dang it!
All right, we got to pull this train back on the rails. We have gone
Okay,
way
okay.
into the woods with this
BioShock.
train.
Ooh, so good.
Yes. BioShock, one of my favorite franchises of all time. Right up there with Mass Effect, actually. BioShock, yeah, the gameplay every now and then is like, but the story. Oh my god. The story. Especially, oh my god. I know BioShock Infinite, a lot of people have their little things with that, like the story was a little lackluster and shit, but motherfucker, you have to agree when that DLC was added, oh my god.
Oh, dude. Those games were just amazing.
Oh my god.
I don't know how many times I've beaten the first one.
I just love how much, oh my god, I can't remember his name. It's been forever. Kevin Levine, wasn't that his name? Fuck, I don't know.
Remember.
The guy that was in charge of Irrational Games who created BioShock, but he keeps saying he's got to try to make a BioShock-esque game with his small new company, but so far nobody's seen anything coming out of that, so that's a little sad.
Yeah.
But I really loved how he wasn't afraid to really take on certain subjects. Like he would full on talk about shit like religion, racism, that kind of shit in his games, and Colombia was a damn good example. I mean, you had obvious major racism going on there.
Oh, yeah.
Huge political, religious difference. I mean, even treating politics as a religion. That was crazy. And then even the whole, spoiler alert, the whole dimensions within a dimension type shit.
Oh, God, got weird.
That got weird, but I completely understood everything after I thought about it. But I actually heard a little story about this. I know one of my random stories. Sorry if I'm going off trails, but this actually happened with one of his, I think his writers or one of his artists. I can't remember which one, but Kevin Levine, it might be Ken Levine. I'm sorry if I'm getting your name wrong, if you even ever hear this, Kevin Levine or Ken Levine. I love you, man, but he's one of those people, like an actual writer. You know how writers love to hear different perspectives, different views, and study different cultures, different politics, that kind of shit. It always improves on their writing. He's the same way. And one of his, I believe, artists got really pissed at this game during the development. And he sat him down in his office, and he really wanted to know why. What is legitimately wrong. And he, the game concept artist basically said that this goes completely against his religion. This whole concept of dimensions within dimension. It's playing with the idea that there's nothing set in stone, that there is no predetermined destiny from a god, that kind of shit. And, Ken Levine basically said, yeah, it sucks, but you gotta do the work of that kind of shit. So that guy ended up leaving. They actually lost one of their artists over his writing. It was fucking crazy.
Wow.
And apparently several other artists with religious establishments in their life also were threatening about leaving because of that ending and because of several little things he decided to touch on, like the racism and stuff. They didn't think it was tasteful to have it, but if you ask me, motherfucker, sometimes you gotta face this shit head on.
But I mean, really, honestly, there's in games today, the way that games are today, there's really not any room for people to be I don't know. There's really not room for people like that to be making games. If you're really against the religion being in games, or controversial subjects, then you probably shouldn't be making games, because that's just the way they are today. It's the same with movies.
Exactly. You kind of see games trying to skirt around the subjects a bit. Like, they'll have racism. Like, for example, Mass Effect. It's got shit tons of racism. But it's like xenophobia, though. That's how they get around. It's no longer, that relates to real life. No. It's just aliens. So it's made up sci-fi. We're good. But no. They've tried to take it on, but they have to skirt around the subject. If you go directly into the subject, then it starts to get uncomfortable. That's what they think. But goddamn, that's when sometimes the best storytelling can be told. When you actually start paralleling, that's a word, making a parallel between real life and a video game. But I mean, I don't know. Like The Witcher is a good example. They have full on racism and that shit, full on everything, even homophobia and shit. And like, even though it's not the protagonist doing it, you still have assholes and all those fuckers doing it in the game. But motherfucker, that happens in real life. You gotta face it. Not every video game world is gonna be this magical land where there's no jackasses except for the evil doer in the game.
Yeah, there's definitely no room in video games for people to be easily offended.
Yeah, that's why whenever
wrong profession for people like that.
That's why when anyone freaks out over a butt in a game, that's when I'm like, nope. I throw my hands up at you. I'm not having this conversation.
And then that butt becomes the most famous butt of all time.
Yeah. I mean, oh god, don't even get me started on Laura Croft's games. Crafts. God damn, I am fucking up work. Am I fucking drunk and don't realize it? God damn, I don't even drink. Fuck.
I think it's pizza envy.
Pizza. Oh yeah, that could be it. Shit, I want one now. Fuck. Wait, I do have an oven pizza. I can make that shit later. But it's kind of like the situation with Arnita. Fuck. I've got to pronunciate better. Anita Sarkeesian. This is, you remember how we were talking about Tracer's butt and the whole, like, birth of Zarya's character in Overwatch and how that kind of opened my eyes to how crazy certain people can get, like SJWs, that kind of shit.
Uh-huh.
Arnita Sarkeesian was the one that made me fully realize this shit was just, that someone like her just loves victim cults. They love being a victim.
I'm not really sure who that is.
Look her up. She's insane. She's basically one of the head feminists of especially the gaming realm, even though she's not a gamer, which doesn't make sense.
Wow, that's fucking screwed
I know,
up.
but here's the thing. Well, first off, she's stolen hundreds of thousands of dollars and shit like that from her own fucking charities. But of course, nobody believes that, even though there's proof. But anyway, it's a fucking crazy mess. Just look her up sometimes. Look up the fucking just evidence. You'll see. But the moment I realized that there's always going to be somebody crazy out there that will judge your game, but frankly, you shouldn't give a shit about them because they're such a crazy minority that frankly no one should pay attention to because they're not making any points. And that was when I learned it from her with the Lara Croft reboots. Because not Rise of the Tomb Raider, but was it Rise of the Tomb Raider? I haven't played those games yet.
That was the first one.
Yeah,
you talk about the games or the movies?
The games. The new reboots.
The new reboots are Rise of the Tomb Raider is the second one. The first one is the hell is the first one?
Was it just
I think it's just Tomb Raider.
Okay, we'll go with that just for conversation's sake. Okay.
God, that's sad.
Yeah. But anyway, when the first one was coming out, it was around the same time Anita Sarkeesian was starting this bullshit about butts, boobs, and all that kind of shit in video games. And saying basically any guy that agrees with it should die, that kind of shit. But, okay, I'll admit that's a little bit of paraphrasing, but that's basically what she was getting at. But she actually made fun of the concept of Lara Croft and really brought it into criticism, like the original Lara Croft. You know, giant breasts, very scantily clad, is flexible, is very sexualized, that kind of shit. You know, granted, yeah, there's some points there. You know, she was made at a different age of video games where games were mostly aimed at, you know, boys, basically, or older men. So, makes sense, I guess. You know, she never really had much character.
Yeah.
But that's the whole thing with the Tomb Raider reboot. It's supposed to fix that, you know? Gives her a character, redesigns her a bit, makes her a little more realistic. And
still hot, though.
Still hot, obviously, but definitely more realistic. More well-proportioned. She has a character. She has emotions and shit like that. You know, she actually goes through an underdog story, which I really liked. So, you know, in my head, I was like, because at the time I didn't know Anita was that crazy. You know, I was like, oh, well, maybe someone like this, you know, will be happy, you know, because this looks like an amazing Lara Croft. You know, she's brand new. She's got a character. She's awesome, you know. She's starting out as an underdog and building up to a badass. And, you know, she's a very powerful female protagonist now. Nope! Anita was more pissed than ever. Because here's the thing. her exact criticisms, if I remember right, was the boobs are too big, you're sexualizing her. Her ass is too well defined, you're sexualizing her. She's scantily clad, you're sexualizing her. She doesn't look like a normal woman, sexualized, and too much femininity. And there's no character development. That I can agree on. The character development. They should
make a game called Anita Sucks, and then they should just have the female character. She has boobs coming out of her back because they're so small that they actually went out the backside.
but seriously, oh my god, that's actually freaky. Oh my god, but seriously, she said all that, but then when this new one came out that should have been the perfect, thing for her criticisms, she ends up going completely opposite. She then says, "Oh, her smaller breasts, you're trying to masculinize her. How dare you put more clothes on her? Now you're stealing her femininity. You're stealing her sexuality. Is she not allowed to be a sexual being? And are you trying to make her look weak? Why is she starting out so weak? Why does she have these emotions like this? Why is she scared? Are you saying that all women are scared? And she should already be a badass. All women are strong." And it's like, oh my god. That was the moment when I realized, I was like, oh my god. She literally full on flip-flopped. And people are eating it up. They don't even realize it. And that's why I understood what a victim cult was.
Yeah, I mean, that's honestly the problem, is those feminists can say whatever the fuck they want. Yeah. And a group of other feminists will get right on the train right behind them, no matter what, if it makes sense or not.
I will say this, though, to be fair towards feminist groups, not all feminist groups are the same. We're talking about third-wave feminist people. The crazy assholes of the new millennia. The ones that get freaked out over sexless emojis. This is a thing. Yeah. They claim that they're sexist towards women because they're sexless. Yeah, because regular feminist group, they actually are trying to help people in other countries where, I don't know, there's female genital mutilation, that kind of shit. Very bad stuff.
I mean, that's perfectly fine, but,
I can understand that, but oh my god, this whole thing, there's a lack of representation. I do agree with you. There's not many women in the gaming industry, but that's heavily changed over the last few years. And if anything, it's almost 50-50 at this point between female and male.
Honestly, though, those feminists, they do us YouTubers a really big favor.
They give us material.
They're really good targets. And when fucking YouTubers make fun of them on the interwebs, those YouTube videos become very popular. So thank you, feminists.
Exactly. Even if it's all views just to scream at you.
Thank you for giving us those YouTube monies.
Oh my god, yeah. I will admit, it's much like the Republican Party, I don't want them to ever go away because they're just too good for comedy. It's that kind of thing.
Exactly. And I mean,
politics in general, never go away.
I like having politics and feminists as kind of a backup resort in case my YouTube channel ever goes under. Well, then I can just go make fun of feminists and get all sorts of views.
Yeah, exactly.
Win-win.
Oh my god, but that's the moment where I realized that this kind of stuff happens and you can't make everyone happy, but that you shouldn't be afraid to do what you want to do. It's like what I said before with Rockstar Games when it came to GTA 5. Because, once again, the whole concept of, why isn't there a female protagonist in this game? Where's the female representation? And the creators' response was pretty damn simple. They said, we just want to make a game with 3 guys. That was pretty much it. They were like, we were trying to tell a story about 3 men, and it's basically a male power fantasy meant to show 3 deranged men blowing up a city. That's simple.
I went in plenty of strip clubs in that game. There's plenty of women in that game.
Within there's female representation, but maybe not the best of representation, but it's there. It's there, my friend. But
I got lap dances for hours.
That one woman in the heist, she's pretty badass. But I mean, there is just, you have the freedom of creative direction, and frankly, there is nothing no one can do. You're going to make whatever you want to make. It's like me. I'm an artist on the side, for anyone that doesn't know. I draw a lot of pinups. It's one of my favorite things to do. I'm a fucking fan of vintage-styled pinups. It's one of my favorite things in the fucking world. I do it in my own style. I draw women a lot. I mean, hell, I make coloring books out of this shit. But, anyone that's ever went, oh my god, why don't you try drawing men for once, that kind of shit. Well, I don't want to. Why should I have to? Because you have the right to be insulted. You have the right to be mad. You have the right to be insulted, your personal right. But I have every right to make what I want. As long as I'm working within a legal bounds of any fucking thing I do, I have the right to do it. I have the right to fucking do what I want to fucking do. Same thing for these game creators. Same thing for like Ken Levine, even though he ends up accidentally insulting several people, even though it was a dumb reason to be insulted, it's still his game to make. Same thing for every game company. Unless you're purposely like doing bullshit like Ride to Hell Retribution, where you literally turn women into prizes. that's when it starts getting weird. Especially in one level where you quite literally get a blowjob from the woman that was about to be raped, and her dead rapist's body is right next to her as she does it. That's fucked up.
Anyways, moving on from feminism.
Yes, moving on from feminism and weird blowjob rape dead body scenes.
I don't mind that. We can talk some more about that. Anyways, what do you want to talk about? I know there were some topics you were interested in.
Okay, I want to talk about... Where's my fucking notes? So unfucking professional. God damn, I'm a classy guy, motherfucker. Let's see. No Man's Sky. Yes. This has been a big fucking thing in the gaming news the last few days, and I have just... It's been amazing how much fucking craziness over this game the last few days. I mean, the hype alone over the last 4 years has been strong, but I swear the last 3 days, it's gotten more news coverage than ever. Oh, God.
It's all I see on YouTube is people playing it. And, I mean, it looks good. I mean, but it looks... I don't know. I think that it's a game that got more hype than it really deserved. I think it's just a really large survival game.
Yeah. I mean, there are a few extra things to it than that. I mean, it's not a complete survival experience. It's somewhat like that, but all right. The major controversy over this whole thing is that, well, first off, I think the biggest thing was the guy that bought the leaked copy online for like, what, $1,200? First off, I'd never fucking do that. Even for Mass Effect Andromeda, I would not spend $1,200 on a copy right now. If I could have it in my hands right now, no, fucker. I could go buy the fucking Scorpio when it comes out with that fucking amount of money. I don't even want a Scorpio because that shit will be outdated.
You could buy 4 Scorpios.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't see the point in that, but after he played it, he started putting the illegal gameplay up of it, and of course they were taken down, but then he started posting forums of... I really don't know how they're spoilers, frankly, because the game's randomly generated.
Not only that, but I mean, it looks like it's got almost no story.
From what I understand, there's a little bit of side story, like in the form of side missions.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like the whole concept is to get to the center of the universe.
It's kind of changed since the whole 30-hour debacle. Now it's more so explore the universe, Because according to that guy, he got to the center in 30 hours. And that's by even doing side missions and shit. So he wasted time getting there. That's sad, but I will say this. Although, I will hold off on that for a second. I was about to say good news, but there's more bad news I almost forgot about. Apparently, there was also a lot of bad shit going on with the game. Apparently, it was clunky. It was having bugs, glitches constantly. Animals were doing strange things with their animations, and apparently, it was a bug-riddled mess, in his words. And apparently, from certain other people that got early copies, they vouched for this guy. He was right, and it was having major problems. But patch 1 came out day 1. It's fixed all those problems, as far as I've seen. And as for the 30-hour thing, they've removed that possibility. You cannot do that now. There is no way to win within 30 hours. Now, the whole purpose of the game is to explore.
I mean, it doesn't really seem like a game that you necessarily win. I mean,
no. There's 18 quintillion planets. Come on.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's something that I'll probably pick up down the line. It looks like a game that I'd probably stay interested in for maybe 5 to 10 hours. And then, I don't know. I mean, for me, I like to play games that really have a point, like you're going somewhere. Games where they're just like, here's a world, go explore it. I get bored really quick, unless they're giving me like a set of quests or a set of things to do in that world, or the world's really interactive.
From what I've heard with this patch 1 that they did for the game first day in, they did add a lot of new stuff. For example, you have the ability to build your own space stations now above your worlds, which is pretty decent. You know, you get your own personal space stations above all the worlds you find. I'm guessing you could probably sell from those, so you can make money off to the side, build your own economy. That's pretty cool. But they will be adding side quests as well. They've already started interlacing the stuff in for that, so there's going to be much more to do, according to them.
It was pretty cool. It sounded like the NPCs, you actually have to like learn their language, and it doesn't sound like you just learn the language. Yes. It sounds like you have to learn parts of the language at a time. That was actually really cool.
I think, that to me is a good touch. I kind of see the story and the bits of lore in this game in a Dark Souls sense. Do you play Dark Souls?
Yeah, I've never beaten any of them, but I have played them. And I know what you're talking about, is in there's not really... They don't give you any guidelines. They just say...
Yes.
You're in the world, go do whatever. And, I mean...
It's not just that, though. It's the story itself. Most people don't know Dark Souls for the story, really. It's just death, just dying constantly. But especially in Bloodborne, the story's in the environment. You have to find it yourself. It's in texts. It's in items. It's in clothing. The flavor text has the story interlaced into it. The very environment, just looking at things, can tell you so much. The same thing's kind of happening here with No Man's Sky, with like those things like the language barrier. You got to break through it, and that's an interesting part. You have to find that part of the lore through actions. That's pretty fucking cool.
And for people like that, like that are into that style of gameplay, I think this game is going to be excellent. I assume there's going to be a lot of that kind of hidden lore.
Oh yes.
For people like me who are looking for more of like an objective game, like hand me my objectives and tell me what you want me to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably going to get stale fast. I'm going to enjoy exploring the planets. I'm going to want to have a planet called Mr. Tigglez, for sure.
Yes.
I'm going to get some enjoyment out of it. I mean, I like games like Ark and 7 Days to Die and all the survival games that I play, but I don't play them a lot. I play them here and there when I feel like it. Otherwise, I get bored pretty quick and I'm ready to go to something else.
Dude, when I get this game, because I think I will get a little bit down the road, though, I'm going to let them patch it a lot first. And apparently Hello Games has a lot planned for this. This isn't going to be just a release and then a few patches later. From what I've heard, this is going to be a years down the road type game, like WoW type shit. So they will be adding constantly, like, new models, new base models for all the animals. So you're not just going to have one generic quadruped model. No, there's going to be all types of quadrupeds, like the difference between a dog and, say, a lion, or a lion and a rabbit, or even like reptilian type models, amphibians, more fish, more birds, and same thing for the environments, more types of trees, more types of landscape. One big complaint right now is that there's only one biome per planet, which is strange on Earth-like planets with no Arctic areas. That's just weird.
No, that's weird.
But that's another thing they want to attack in the future. Apparently, they do want to try to make some kind of player mingling in the future, maybe some form of colonization and shit. But that's like just tiny rumors right now. Well, but I could see that. To be
honest,
I could see them trying to build that up. But,
all these games claim that they're going to support their game for X amount of years. It really is going to come down to how well it does. If a lot of people are playing it and the servers are being flooded, sure, they're going to keep fucking supporting it. If nobody gets on and they only have 1,000 players, then the game's going to last a couple months.
Mm-hmm. See, that's been my major fear. I mean, I've told you this many times, but like I've mentioned that all the time. The technology behind this, I have no doubts for. I've seen it work already, and the thing I said that would probably happen did happen, where the quintillions of possibilities are there, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're always going to get like on the opposite end of the quintillion. You might just get the next one over in the quintillion. So the bird dog that's blue on this planet, on the next planet, you'll get the same bird dog, but a slightly different shade of blue. That's technically a variation. And the oh my god, what's the fucking word? The algorithm. That's the big $4 word. There we go. The algorithm it needs a lot of tweaking. It's always going to need tweaking. They're always going to be adding new things to it as long as the game has love. And that's always been my worry. Because no matter how beautiful this game is, no matter how amazing the tech is, or how perfect the algorithm is, if it doesn't keep player interest, it's not going to survive. I've had people in the comments come to me. I've had people message me, trying to debate this concept, that this might lose love for it after a certain amount of time by saying like, well, like Skyrim and shit, Oblivion still have huge communities. Well, yeah, but they've got a shit ton of stuff to do in that game. And, things that actually have the player doing.
Well, I mean, not only that, but you can mod the game if you fucking run out of things to do.
Exactly. That's another thing. You can mod it 1,000 times over. Skyrim has, I don't even know how many mods at this point. Like 100,000 at this point, maybe even more than that. And most of it, as aesthetic, but you have entire side quests, entire new lands built in mods. You can replace fucking dragons with fucking like Mondo Man Randy, freaking Randy Savage, man. What the fuck? That's fucking awesome. Oh yeah, that's just crazy.
In Oblivion, I literally flew around in a spaceship, and I had a crotch rocket that I drove everywhere. There was whales and sharks in the rivers. There was a Godzilla that wandered around in the ocean. Oh my god, dude, I had it so modded.
No. The same thing for the Fallout games. Any Bethesda game, any Bethesda game that's moddable, the reason those communities are still around is because there is so much still to do in it, modding-wise, and so many new things that can be done. Same thing for Dawn of War. So many years later, I mean, we're well past a decade now, but it's still getting intense mods.
You wouldn't think when you pick up Oblivion that you would be flying around shooting, Godzilla in your frickin', spaceship.
Exactly, but the possibility is there, and you're sure as hell going to take that. You're going to be like, yes, I will take that, sir. Let me just install this now. Hopefully it won't kill my computer, but let's do this. But even without mods, those games do still have multiple directions you can go in. Different parts of the stories you can search in and develop. You can make a whole different type of character. And like in Oblivion, you can go as a thief. But then you can go as a bard. But then you can just go a full-on knight or a paladin. And it changes your experience completely. There's so much possibility, and you're going to be doing that for years. And then you throw in mods, and then it's like decades. But that's the difference.
Yeah, No Man's Sky doesn't really seem to have a lot of that kind of gameplay.
That's the thing. It has gameplay, but it has very repetitive gameplay.
I've actually heard that a lot of the combat and stuff isn't that good also. Like, I've heard that the first person shooting in it apparently does the job, but it wouldn't be well as a standalone shooting game. And I've also heard from multiple sources that the flying is really not very good and really needs to be patched.
It's a little floaty to me. It's not very accurate in movement, and I'm with you on the fighting. It is a little, it's a good first-person shooter, but it's not a good first-person shooter. It looks like something that could be on early access easy when it comes to some of the mechanics. But yeah, it's like after you wipe out a couple of species, like what else are you gonna do? And after you dig for more minerals, okay, cool. Well, let me go blow up a freighter. Okay, I did that. All right, now let me go to this next world. Cool, discovered that. What else do I do?
That's my exact point. I'll run out of things to do, and I can't entertain myself when you throw me in a big sandbox with no guidelines.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't like Space Engineers or Minecraft. Because in those games, you have 100% free-flowing creativity. you can do whatever the fuck you want in those games. You'd think it get boring, but it doesn't. I still play Space Engineers 2 years later because I just love building it. I've built so many unique things, and I've still yet to get tired. And the mods that come in, once again, mods, adding new flavor, adding new shit I can work with. Here, yeah, it's a huge open sandbox, and it's beautiful to look at. My God, it's beautiful. But at some point, being pretty's not enough.
Nope, totally agreed.
Yeah, it's like a person in real life. They look fucking great. They look fucking hot. They're amazing to look at constantly. But you need something. You need something behind the eyes. Those
are the kind of people that you plow and walk away.
You need gears clicking away inside their mind.
You might go back for seconds, but usually after seconds, you're done and you find something else to play with.
Basically, in a very crude sense of the term, very true. But yeah, you need personality, you need character, you need tolerance, you need something to work with. And, well, everything on the surface looks beautiful, but unless they add enough mechanics, enough gameplay, enough interesting bits of lore that'll take a while to find, the community's going to fall out fast. Look at Destiny. That's the same thing happening for that game. It's getting bigger every time, but there's just not enough to do. It's just a single-player raiding game. That's it. It's fucking raids the game, and they still haven't even come close to doing half the shit they promised in that game.
Nope.
They said you could have entire worlds outside the fucking solar system. Go and colonize them. Create your own fucking fascist market of some kind. Just crazy-ass dictatorships. But we're still raiding fucking old buildings.
Yeah.
We haven't even seen the foundation for something like that. And not to say No Man's Sky couldn't do some of the shit. They've actually been implementing shit fast. And they actually seem to be paying attention to the community. Anytime there's a problem, they fix it. And I love them for that. But I just don't know if this could be a long-lasting game. It doesn't have that Minecraft creativity. It doesn't have mod capabilities. Not to say it couldn't in the future, but it doesn't now. It's just procedurally generated, and at some point, that doesn't help. What's the fucking game? Starbound, I think? Starbound has procedurally generated shit. It uses more so assets than math, but still, the community for that game is just slowly falling out. Just more and more each year. Just because, at some point, the visuals are just not enough.
Yeah. No, and I don't know. Honestly, I don't think that No Man's Sky is incredibly beautiful visually. It's not bad, but I don't feel like it's up to par with, like a lot
it's
of
not God of War 4.
A lot of the current games are coming out. So, it doesn't really have the visuals. It has a really big world, lots of planets, and some survival aspects. And, basically, it's really based on how much of an imagination you have and how long you're going to be able to enjoy exploring and using your imagination.
Yeah, if you love exploring new worlds and seeing unique life forms and plant life and biomes that are literally unique because they're always formed differently, good on you. You do you. That's your game, okay? Awesome. But I just don't see myself being long in that game after I get. It's a kind of game I would jump in and out of, but that's
exactly.
about it.
And I wouldn't say it's a game I would necessarily hate. I would get some entertainment out of it for a while, just like that hot girl. I'd get in there once or twice, and then I'd be done and I'd move on.
I don't know. I still have my fears for this game. I do say this, though. I do still believe that Hello Games has done something good here, and that's by introducing this concept of AAA procedural generation, because that's something that's never been done, at least in a major way that's outside of like a pool of 200 assets. That's one of Hello Games' goals for this game, just to open the door. And even if they failed, they said, at least they opened the door a crack. Maybe give other gaming industry, gaming companies, maybe helping them to go, maybe this procedural generation shit, like based on true math, has something there. Maybe we could actually utilize that in some other ways. Really open the doors for possibly a new, bigger genre for this type of gameplay. And I love them for that. The tech sells it. But I just don't know if the game will necessarily do that good in the long run.
Yeah.
But even if it doesn't, it's done the good thing of introducing a first.
Exactly. Speaking of firsts, I know there was another game that you wanted to talk about. Wow.
Oh. This one I actually saw before, like 5 minutes before, like right before you got on Skype for this fucking podcast. I saw this shit. Oh my god. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the title alone should sell this one.
I couldn't even get it right at first.
SpaceCats in space. It you know what? And in all honesty, it looks like just your usual bullet hell spaceship game. Just flying your tiny spaceship from the top down in every which way direction, not to get hit. Bullets and missiles going everywhere, and you gotta blow up 100,000 ships. Yeah, cool, awesome. But it's the theme.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
The voice acting and everything was so spot on in that trailer.
I know, my god, the voice acting. Alright. The thing that sells this, for all those that don't know, because we can't play the trailer here for the possibility of content problems, but
I really think you should do a You Got 20 on this game.
I will. I'm calling it right now. I'm doing that the second it comes out. People, go fund this game so I can play it. But yes, it's the concept, the theme, and the art style that sells this game. For all those that are 90s kids, if you've ever seen SWAT Cats, you're going to love this game. I guarantee you. You're going to love the trailer, at least, because the trailer has the best fucking Saturday morning cartoon theme I've ever fucking heard.
Yeah, it was
right
really
up there
good.
with SWAT Cats. It's fucking metal, man. It's fucking crazy. And they're actually taking it seriously, which I love. Oh my god, you gotta love them for that. But the voice acting too. Nazi dogs in space.
They're freaking smart too, because cats always go viral. You make any kind of game and you put cats in it, and it's gonna go super viral.
Oh my god. But yeah, the character designs are pretty nice. I really like the style they're going for. I like that they are actually trying to take the initiative of adding, even though it's very basic 2D animation, they're still adding cutscenes. They're trying to make their... Yeah, granted, low-budget game. I know 70,000 doesn't sound low-budget, but it is in the grand scheme of things.
Really low.
But they're trying to make it as big as possible, and I respect them for that. They're even saying in their thing, they're not trying to lie. They're like, we may not be able to do everything we want, but god damn it, we're going to try to make the best cats in space game you've ever fucking seen. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck yeah. If I had some loose cash right now, I'd be sending it their way because I believe in this fucking project. You will believe it too. The hearts of the people will fall in love with this theme when you hear it.
Meow.
On the Nazi dogs.
God.
Mein Ship don't down! Help! just a fucking pit bull Nazi. It's amazing.
God. I think that we at least need to put a link in the description of this video for that game.
We will.
For the trailer.
Ladies and gentlemen, look below. For all those on YouTube, because this shit is going up on SoundCloud. I don't know if I said that.
Oh, no, you didn't even tell me that.
Yes, I've been having problems with it, but I'm working through those problems.
That's good to find out
if you're hearing this
during the podcast.
Yes, I apparently I suck as a co-host, but ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to kind of get it fixed before I announced it, but fuck it! We are also going to be on SoundCloud here and on iTunes. If any of you guys are listening on either of those platforms, letting you know, on the YouTube video for this podcast, audio only, but it has a neat little cartoony visual of us. We will put a link down below for all of you to see this wonderful trailer. But for all of you that can't see a link because you're listening to this shit, just search for SpaceCats in space. Just do it.
You really should. Do yourself a favor. I watched it just before this podcast started. He's like, okay, I found something. He was really excited. He's like, I found something cool. You have to watch it before the podcast. So I watched it like literally just before we went live, and I was like, "Oh my god, you got 20 this."
Oh my god! Yes, I have to do this one. This is gonna even if it's just a generic ass bullet hell game. It's got pitbull Nazis, and it's got a fucking Saturday morning SWAT cats theme. But that's literally taking itself seriously. You guys gotta hear the lyrics to this thing. It's amazing. It's so cheesy, but it's so good. It's such good cheese.
Would you like a little bit of cheese with that wine?
Oh my god, the cheese! Yes, but that's our kind of impromptu announcement to the SoundCloud and iTunes thing. So you've got a special inside look into how the process works of me failing to tell my own co-host that we're kind of on SoundCloud.
I know, what the heck?
Oh my god, I am very sorry for that shit. But then again, you would have been also having your heart crushed because I found out some certain issues with it. But I am getting through them, and we shall have this shit on SoundCloud and iTunes.
I think after deleting my YouTube account, my heart is pretty much uncrushable.
Oh, that's true. Well, I could tell you anything at this point. Well, first off, you're adopted.
I know. I was adopted by Nazi dogs.
You're never going to live up to anything. Your son, not your son. And you might not want to be on the street around age 75. Just saying.
75? I'm making it a long time.
Yeah. Hey, I'm being very generous with you right now, okay? 75, don't be on the road. Trucks aren't your friend. Let's just say that, okay?
The way I eat, I was surprised I was going to make it to 32.
Oh, dude, I've seen people fatter than us that get to age 80. Seriously. My fucking great uncle had diabetes, was a fucking quadriplegic, and literally had all his limbs cut off because of the diabetes, and he lived to be in his fucking 70s. I don't know.
Hold on. Radio silence for a second.
Okay.
Do you hear that? That's diabetes on the mic. I just had audio diabetes.
Oh my god! The fattlers are real. God damn it, we're supposed to be progressive. We said this in the last podcast. We're supposed to be getting past the fat jokes. It can't become our only shtick. That and porn.
Hey, we haven't talked about porn that much.
That's true. Fuck, I just mentioned it too. God damn it.
God dang it. But really.
But yes, SpaceCats in space. Look it up, everyone. You have to witness the magic for yourself.
Do it.
What the fuck? Okay.
I think it's time to move on from cats and dogs in space.
But wait, is that the perfect segue to get to the Joker?
I think it was, man.
Yeah, so I don't know how much you've heard about this in the news ever since Suicide Squad was released and is now in theaters. But how much have you heard on the whole Joker situation? As well as
not much, man. I mean, I know that it's getting kind of iffy ratings, and which really sucks because I'm really excited for it. But I'm gonna wait for the crowds to die down a little bit before I go see it myself. I've heard it's very Harley centric. I know there's a lot, which is fine with me because Harley.
The Harley booty. Yeah.
But yeah,
praise it. Praise the Harley.
All booty. Praise the Harley booty.
Fuck the sun. Don't praise the sun. Praise that booty.
But yeah, I mean, I know it's not getting the best ratings I've heard, but when I look at the comments, I've heard kind of both ways. Some people are like, it's pretty good. And then other people are kind of like, it's not that good.
Okay, now from my side of things, because I've actually been trying to stick close to this, because this is my kind of film. This is just a bunch of fucking assholes just grouping up to fuck everyone's day up. I love that kind of film. Even if they're good guys and they're assholes, I love that kind of thing. But this is just full-on villains. I love it. Plus I'm a fan of the Suicide Squad comics as well, so this is the movie for me. But I've been hearing very strange shit going on with this film, and there is a reason for such a low score. I think it's like 23% on Rotten Tomatoes right
terrible.
now. It's like lower than even the worst, like, I don't
that's
know,
lower
terrible
than Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
How the hell do you lose to Ghostbusters?
Dude, it's lower than Cristiano Brother movies. I mean, they make some of the worst fucking movies you'll ever see. Don't even get me started on those fuckers. But apparently from a lot of people, especially certain critics and especially people that have went to see it, that's actually a very unfair number. For good reason. How do I say this? According to pretty much most of the people that see it, they like it. They say it is a good film. And it's good in the fact that it is trying to change up what DC has been doing with this whole grim dark shit. And it's funny. It's got all that kind of shit going for it. But, according to the same people, they can see why it has that rating. Because the movie is not technically put together very well. Apparently the cutting is a nightmare in this film.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like taking a game with a whole lot of good scenes, and if they're not put together well, then it's going to suck, no matter how good each separate scene is.
Mm-hmm. And apparently, like, certain characters that have been advertised are not used that much in the film, which is just, I don't know, that's always a bad little move to me. I haven't personally seen this for anyone listening, so I can't be fully judging it quite yet, but I am just going off of everyone else's reactions and the legitimate shit in the news currently for it. But yeah, that does kind of suck to hear that certain characters aren't even really being used much. But probably the most surprising one is the Joker himself, Jared Leto's character. This one blew me away when I heard the news for it. And the only way I knew about it is because I saw a fucking article that said Jared Leto pissed at recent released film. And I'm like, why? So I went into it and found out that Jared Leto is barely in the film. Mostly because of terrible cutting.
Pissed too.
From what I've heard, now this is just like an average of how much time was filmed. Apparently almost 2.5 hours of scenes were taped of the Joker. You know, just of Jared Leto's character, just for his scenes. And little things between him and Harley and other characters. But there's almost like only like 5 to 7 minutes of him in the whole film.
What?
And he's one of the most heavily advertised pieces of it. This is right up there with like Captain Phasma. Captain Phasma in the new Star Wars. You know, she was in the movie for like what? Literally
like
a minute.
The new Godzilla movie.
Yeah.
Godzilla was in it at the very,
very,
very end.
Even Godzilla has more screen time than frickin' Phasma. Literally, she's at the beginning for
she
30
was
seconds
like
and at the end for 30 seconds.
For a little bit.
But she was one of the top things advertised. And same thing for Jared Leto. He was one of the main things advertised in the trailers and the posters. And according to him, you know, he had a lot more filmed. But they almost edited him out.
And I mean, this is what's going to be stupid. And this seems to be a trend that seems to be starting with the DC stuff, is doing like an edited version when it releases, extra content, and then he'll probably be in like the DVD Blu-ray release. He'll have all the extra scenes, so he'll have like 20 minutes of time.
It'll be like, I guarantee you this, okay, I'm calling it right now. When the special director's cut comes out on Blu-ray, and it's probably going to have an extra 40-something minutes, like 32 to 45 minutes extra footage. That's usually the average. I guarantee you all that footage is going to be just Jared Leto.
It'll be just him being like, I told you so. I fucking told you so.
Yeah, because according to, well, what he says first off, and to what certain people within the production of the movie, people that will not be named apparently because we don't know their names talking about, they're going to be safe when it comes to their job position. But according to everyone and Jared Leto, many scenes in the film that the Joker is in are heavily cut as well, to the point that they don't make sense. Like, apparently halfway through the film, there is a scene where he walks away from the scene. But you're supposed to know where he's going, but you never figure out where he's going. Something like that. It's shit like that that's like weirdly cut in the film, where like strange continuity errors for no reason.
That'll really kill a film, and it's kind of showing in this one.
Well, and the worst part is for anyone that's going in for the first time to ever see the Joker. I mean, this isn't the best first time, if you ask me. It's the Marilyn Manson Joker, but, Mark Hamill's always the first best one for me. But it's still an introduction, at least to get you interested in the character. And for a film that's trying to do that, introduce a whole new Joker, whole new variation on him. From what I've heard, they don't do it at all.
Well, it's really hard to do that in 3 minutes.
Yeah, but it's literally like most people that were seeing him for the first time were wondering who the fuck he was. First off, they were basically explaining him like just this random green-haired guy that acts cartoonish for no reason. And everyone was like, there were people legitimately confused about his character, and that's sad. It's the fucking Joker. He's one of the most...
Joker's like the biggest villains in DC.
He's considered the number one villain of all time in all media for most people. And that... How do you fuck that up? That's like fucking Darth Vader up and making it to the point where you can't even recognize him. That's just... I don't know. Like... It's just... Whoever the editor is, like, at this point, they need to run for their life.
Well, it's not only
they
that,
fucked
but
it.
fucking... from like Jared Leto's aspect, he gets a role as a really big character like the Joker, and he's probably stoked about it. He's like, oh, I'm going to be the fucking Joker. This is going to be awesome.
Well,
and then he gets 3 minutes of goddamn screen time.
Well, it's not just that. Like, he built himself up to be the Joker. He did a Heath Ledger. He delved into this character. He acted like this character in real life. He was literally going nuts professionally. That's how you make a good Joker. That's how it worked for Heath Ledger. He even went as far as to send, like, dead rats to Harley and shit. And he sent, like, used condoms to the other actors and shit. He was really getting into a strange mind space so he could play a strange character. He was dedicated to this shit. And when this whole 3-minute thing went down, everyone started questioning, why did he do that? Why was he so dedicated to a 3-minute character? But then the whole thing of him coming out and being like, well, I did more than 3 minutes. I did like several hours worth of footage. And it's like, what?
Yeah.
Why would you do that to the number one fucking villain? Especially, I won't mention the actual villain's name because, I don't want to spoil everything for the film. I have spoiled it for myself a little bit, but I know a lot of people want to see it.
Yeah, don't spoil it because I don't know who it is personally.
Yeah. I know who it is now, but I don't know all the main villains. I just know the main villain. But anyway, you've got this main villain, and that's cool. It was a cool little twist, but you still got the Joker. This is the motherfucker that always comes in last minute and takes the main role as the bad guy. That's how it always works. It doesn't matter if fucking Darkseid is in the picture and he's blowing up the fucking world with his sheer will. Joker's still going to walk in and fuck his ass up.
Oh, and he doesn't even need powers.
And even if Darkseid's taken down, Joker's still going to take advantage of the situation. But what do we get? A minor little scene with him right before the end. That's it. And that's all I'm going to say, okay? I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but it's so minor and so pitiful, it's pointless almost. And that's not the Joker. The Joker is a showcase. He's a fucking dramatic actor. I mean, fuck, watch the Killing Joke movie. You'll see just how dramatic he can get. It's amazing. He'll fucking throw show tunes in the middle of a fucking macabre scene. It's beautiful.
On the bright side, though, we do have that Harley booty.
Yes, the Harley booty did save it for me. Like, it's one of the main top reasons. And don't fucking even start with sexist shit. That was one of the major selling points of the film. They want you to come for the Harley booty. I will gladly come for the Harley booty.
I'm going to come all over the Harley booty.
Oh,
we went there. God dang it.
Sexual innuendo. Oh, God, we went to porn. You had to take it. And get that weasel out of your fucking studio. Okay, that's not healthy. To me, there's still a lot of reasons to see the film. Yes, I've heard there's some underdeveloped characters. Yes, some characters are killed off fast. Yes, like Jared Leo's is played down. But I still want to see it. It's Suicide Squad. It's Harley Quinn. It's Will Smith as Deadshot. It's okay, I know the main villain now, and I want to see that main villain because that's cool. I'd never expected them to go that way. But, yeah, there's a lot of cool twists, a lot of good moments. I need to see the fucking fire bloke gag again. I need to see that full scene with, oh, you're the fire bloke,
God,
eh?
I love that part.
Well, look here. Fire. Ooh. I fucking love that scene. At that scene alone, I will watch the film. That's it. I don't even need Harley Booty at that point. I just need that scene.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna. I might go see it this weekend. Actually,
yeah.
I'm sure it's died down after a week. Probably not.
Maybe. Probably not, but maybe.
But I can tell my girlfriend that's for sure.
From what I've heard, Jared Leto will be reprising the role as the Joker for Justice League, first off. His character is listed in the IMDb, at least, so it seems he will reprise it. But he is for sure coming back in the Batman film, from what I've heard. So it will be cool to see him, possibly as a main villain, actually get the screen time his character may deserve.
Yeah. Well, that's good, though. I didn't know that.
Let's face it, it's a fucking Batman film.
Yeah.
He's going to be the main villain. Even if he's not introduced as the main villain, he's going to be the main villain. It's the Joker. He jumps in at the end. Come on.
Anyways, was there anything else that we wanted to talk about today?
Shit. Not really. I think we pretty much covered about everything on my end. I mean, unless you had something to talk about. We are kind of coming up close to
everything.
Let's see. Where are we? Oh, God. We're at like an hour and 50 minutes.
I know.
Son of a bitch. Time flies so fast when you are bullshitting.
Oh, yeah. It's going faster and faster the more times we do these podcasts.
Oh, man. It's because we're such blowhards, man. We fucking just blow hot air, and we just don't fucking look at the clock ever. We just ramble.
Well, it's kind of more like you're the rambler, I'm the funky noisemaker. You ramble and ramble and ramble. I jump in there with my turkey noises.
You ramble some too, man.
Oh, no, I never do, man.
I own up to the rambling. I do ramble for at least a good hour and 15 minutes of the 2 hours, but you get your rambles in there too. I try to make sure you get your opportunity. I purposely have to tell myself, shut the fuck up in my mind. Like, allow him to speak.
Sometimes I just jump in there, just force my way in a little bit.
Yeah, luckily I'm the editor, so I can easily edit my rambling over your ramble. Be like, no, Tigglez, I want to finish my ramble, so I'm going to scoot your voice over here.
It goes up on my channel this week.
Dear
in the
God.
description, I'm going to be like, that Karlon guy's an asshole!
Look, I'm going to edit that part out. Oh, dear God, the Not Too Salty podcast edits itself. How dare they? They're covering up free speech. No, fuck you. Fuck you. We can't do this live yet, guys, so shut the fuck up. I'm editing.
In the live version, I talked a lot more.
Hey, guess what? Do you hear this? No, you don't, motherfucker, because I just took it out. Ha! Editing food, bitches.
But yeah, man, I think we did good.
Yeah, I think we did good. Why don't you tell the good people what they can do for us, question-wise?
Well, if you have somehow by miracle made it to this point in the podcast, I think that you need to subscribe to both of our channels because we're both incredibly
if you're still
awesome, handsome, and sexy. I also think that you should hit that like button, and it's on my channel this week, so definitely the big red subscribe button. You can skip the description, unless you want to go down there and follow my social media.
He needs the lotion, people. I mean, with his fucking red sunburned moves, he needs the lotion, guys.
And more importantly, really importantly, because we didn't get any this week either, we need your questions. Where's all the questions?
We need questions. Message us, people.
How do people not have questions?
It doesn't matter what the question is.
Oh, man.
Even if it's just something random, just like, would you fuck a dolphin? I don't know. You know what? It's got multiple different holes. Possibly. Why not? But still, that kind of question. I'll answer it. I will fucking answer your weirdest question. I'm sure Tigglez will. I mean, come on. You've heard our comedy. Come on.
If I can't answer the question, I'll at least make some noises to replicate the question.
Yeah. And hell, if you can't answer it, I sure as hell will. Believe me, I don't fucking care what people think of me.
No, me either. I slapped my fat on the mic for like 30 seconds.
I'm comfortable with who I am, comfortable with my weight, comfortable with my sexuality, so feel free to fucking throw all the comments our way, people. Oh my god, give it to us. Give it to us. No! Shut up, I'm trying to sexualize our audience.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
I think we're probably the only ones that are going to ever make it to this point of the podcast anyways.
Hey, it's all for us. You know, it's all for us right now, but one day we will find enough crazy people to listen all the way through.
Someday, more than just my mother will be watching this podcast.
Oh shit, your mom watches this? I'm very sorry to you. I'm very sorry to Matt's mom here. I don't know your name, but I let me just be the first to say I'm very sorry for everything. But then again, I'm not, just because this is just me. I fucking love this kind of shit. Oh my god, but you know what? Yeah, love you. Love you. Don't even know your name, but I love you. Okay? Just saying.
She did give birth to me. I mean, you know.
Yeah. Matt, though, you know, I could do it.
But yeah.
Yeah. He's co-host and everything, but I'll just have him out. I don't need him.
Anyways, this week it's on my channel.
Yes.
Next week it'll be on Karlon's channel.
Woo!
So.
Hot nut man, hype!
Hot nut man, hot nut man, hot nut man!
Who the fuck's heard of Mr. Tigglez? Hot nut man all the way. Come on.
Everybody loves the Tigglez.
Oh, shit. Yeah, he's only linked on my channel and all that kind of shit and put in my awesome gamer section. But who the fuck gives a shit? Come on.
Anyways,
but yes,
think that's all I got, man. I can't even think of any more funky noises to make.
I'm out of Mountain Dew, so this is pretty much the end of the line for me.
All right, like, comment, subscribe. Check out video this week and next week on Karlon channel. Thank you. Go, go, go.
God, I'm on the spot. Bye?
See you.
And of course, everyone out there, as usual, try not to be that salty.